Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. Security Summit partners warn taxpayers of new COVID-related tax scam. IR 2020-249, November 4th, 2020, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service, state tax agencies, and tax industry today warned of a new text scam created by thieves that trick people into disclosing bank account information under the guise of receiving a $1,200 economic impact payment. The IRS, states, and industry, working together with the Security Summit, remind taxpayers that neither the IRS nor state agencies will ever text taxpayers asking bank account information so that an EIP or economic impact payment deposit may be made. So it might be worth letting people know this. Obviously, whenever someone gets something that is claiming to be from the IRS, they can be a little bit intimidated and want to respond quickly about it, especially if there's going to be money on the line for it. But the Internal Revenue Service will not contact by text. They're going to be a bureaucratic agency. They typically will contact by mail and have kind of a slow rolling process. So when you get something, whether it be an email or a text that says, do this, act on this immediately to take this action, especially if it goes to like a website or wants to have information provided in a response to especially the text message, but also to something like an email. That's not typically the way the IRS will work. Quote, criminals are relentlessly using COVID-19 and economic impact payments as cover to trick taxpayers out of money or identities, end quote, said IRS Commissioner Chuck Rettig. Quote, this scam is a new twist on those we've been seeing much of this year. We urge people to remain alert to these types of scams, end quote. The scam text messages state, quote, you have received a direct deposit of $1,200 from COVID-19 Treasury Fund. Further action is required to accept this payment into your account. Continue here to accept this payment, end quote. The text, it goes on from there, ... end quote. The text includes a link to a fake phishing web address. This fake phishing URL, which appears to come from a state agency or relief organization, takes recipients to a fraudulent website that impersonates the IRS.gov Get My Payment website. So they're basically, leading people to a website that looks somewhat like an official IRS.gov website, the actual IRS website, and then taking the information down from that point. So what you typically would want to do is then when you go to a website or something like that, when you look to the IRS, you don't want to go from the text message or from an email. If you want to follow up on that information, you want to go directly to the IRS website there first. Go to the IRS.gov website and then do your research there rather than linking to a website, because one of the tactics being used these days is to take people to a website that's mirroring or mimicking what looks like an official website. So individuals who visit the fraudulent website and then enter their personal and financial account information will have their information collected by these scammers. People who receive this text scam should take a screenshot of the text message that they received and then include the screenshot in an email to phishing@irs.gov with the following information. So they're asking you to, if you get this, to let them know, take a screenshot of it, provide it to the IRS so that they can be on top of this and follow up on this new, scamming, text scam type of activity. So date, time zone that they received the text message, the number that appeared on their caller ID, the number that received the text message. The IRS does not send unsolicited texts or emails. The IRS does not call people with threats of jail or lawsuit, nor does it demand tax payments on gift cards. So the IRS will not be using those type of intimidation type of techniques. If they're not going to email someone and basically say, do this or else, or, give us the deposit or you're not going to get your payment at this point in time. They're, once again, kind of a slow moving bureaucratic type of agency typically, that will be following up typically through mail correspondence. And when they take action, you will usually know about it well in advance, because they will be sending you letters. Hey, we don't have this, we don't have this, we don't have this. We're going to take action. We're going to take action. It'll be kind of a slow type of process. And anytime someone asks, of course, for a gift cards or some kind of payment method that's really restricted, then that's an indication that's going to be a scam as well. The IRS has a broad range of ways that you can make payments for most types of things these days. So if any scammer says that they're collecting from the IRS and they want you to have some really restricted kind of format to be paying them, that's an indication, especially if it's a gift card, that it's not a valid thing. So people who believe they are eligible for the economic impact payment should go directly to irs.gov. People who do not have a filing requirement but who are eligible for economic impact payment, EIP, can use a non-filer tool on irs.gov until November 21st to claim their payment.